In recent years, there has been an increasing focus on physical health. The number of workout variations has skyrocketed, and the eating trends like vegan or keto diets have become a cult-like phenomenon.
Which is great, we want to keep our bodies in shape and we want to eat healthier food, but if 2020 taught me something, is that mental health is at least as important as the physical one. You might have heard terms like mindfulness and meditation, which is basically the most common way to practice mindfulness. But in reality, not that many people are interested in it. Let me show you something. If you look up Google Trends for mindfulness, you'll see that the interest has been steadily increasing in the past 15 years. But if you compare this to HEAT, which is just one of the popular types of workouts, you'll see that the interest is not that big, even when we add meditation. In 2004, we had pretty much similar interest as right now. And when we add vegan or keto dieting, which are quite popular terms, you will see that the difference is huge. I believe that mindfulness is the next big thing, and I think I have a pretty good idea of why it's lagging behind the other health trends. But before we get into this, let me try to explain what mindfulness actually is.
Imagine that this is your mind, and this is a single thought. On average, a person has more than 6,000 thoughts per day, which looks something like this. Mindfulness is the skill of noticing when you're distracted by your thoughts and preventing these thoughts from affecting your life in a negative way. This ultimately results in reduced stress levels, improved immunity, increased creativity, and much more. But why aren't more and more people taking on the practice of mindfulness?
I think the answer is pretty simple. Mindfulness is not really sexy. It's not a great conversation starter. Imagine going out with two of your friends and one of them starts talking about the spinning class that he's visiting and this beautiful girl that's in front of him with a gorgeous bottom, and that's making him spin faster and work out harder. And imagine the other guy is trying to turn vegan, so he tells you the story of eating healthier food and trying to reduce his carbon footprint by eating less and less meat. Well, you can discuss global warming or the sexy lady parts of a girl for hours, but then imagine you start talking and you want to talk about mindfulness and how you have these feelings of doubt and fear and you're not sure where they're coming from and you're spending time analyzing yourself and trying to figure out what is causing these feelings. Well, that's first of all making us look very vulnerable, and it's not going to make you very popular among your friends. 47% of the time, the average adult is not paying attention to what he or she is doing at that moment, which in other words means that there's about 50% chance that by the time you start talking about mindfulness, your friends would have already stopped listening to you. But this also means that about 50% of our awake hours we spend either in the future or in the past, and not in the present moment. I think this could be one of the reasons why people said that when you get older, your life starts running faster. When we're older, we have a lot more things to worry about, and we spend a lot more hours worrying about those things and not being present in the moment. Simply by practicing mindfulness, I think that theoretically you can extend your life because you have a lot more present moments, which will generate a lot more memories, and you have a lot less time to worry about whatever you're worrying. There is another way that mindfulness has affected my personal life, and I think it's probably the most important. It has helped me find my true self. Instead of reacting to whatever thought or emotion I feel in any given moment, I just ask myself questions. I try to analyze why I feel this way or why am I thinking this thing. And trust me, this has led me to open some pretty well hidden doors in my mind. And it's been liberating to be able to sneak inside and ask yourself those questions and analyze the answers without judgment, without stress, without doubt.
It's been truly transformative. It's been also extremely hard, and it has taken me years of practice to get to where I am right now. But I believe it's truly the most important skill, or one of the most important skills that anyone can develop. Let me share with you some of the practices of mindfulness that I use in my everyday life. Meditation is the most popular way to practice mindfulness, and it's actually what introduced me to this concept. For the past almost 3 years, I meditate for about 10 minutes almost every day. I even designed a very simple guided meditation to introduce you to the concept of mindfulness, even if you're a complete beginner. Link is down in the description. I don't really meditate in this posture, but it kind of looks cool for the video. However, be prepared for your mind to wander on and off all of the time. Even after all these years, my mind still wanders like crazy. Just remember to be kind to yourself and not give up. Meditation is a great way to practice mindfulness, but it's not the only one, and the others take a lot less than 10 minutes. For example, Google has a breathing exercise where you just focus on your breath, and you can use this during the whole day. For example, when you're at work and you have extra stress, or maybe you have an issue at home, or you need to be prepared for a presentation or an important call, or maybe a job interview. Just do this exercise and you'll see how you will feel more relaxed and more present in the moment. Another way is to be truly present when you're doing something. For example, when you go out with your friends, try to be there at that moment. Ask them meaningful questions, listen to them very carefully, and you will see that your relationships will actually grow from this. And one of my personal favorite is to enjoy food. I love feeling the smell and the taste and just be there in the moment. By far, my favorite way to practice mindfulness is to ask a series of questions when I'm in a given situation. For example, road rage. I'm quite an aggressive driver, and quite often I have these urges of road rage. But every time I try to just stop for a second and think, why am I feeling this way? What is causing it? Is it maybe because I'm stressed? Maybe I'm having some kind of issues, or I haven't slept well, or maybe just my father taught me to be aggressive on the road, or me as a personality, I'm quite aggressive. Or maybe the driver in front of me just made a mistake, willingly or not, and I cannot do anything about it. And actually, that is one of the most important questions that I ask myself. What is the benefit of experiencing this emotion right now? And in the case of road rage, most of the answers are like, there's no benefit. I will be more stressed, I will be angrier, but I'm not going to change the behavior of this person. I'm just going to affect myself. And this is a way that I'm overcoming the situation and kind of observing myself, how am I reacting, and learning from the situation. Of course, I am not perfect. I will still get road rage from time to time, but it's really a learning experience. And these are all the ways that I use to practice mindfulness, guys. I would strongly encourage you to try them. And that's it. That's for this video. My name is Z, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Ciao.